Welcome back to Rescue Bots Academy. Yes, today we are finally back to Rescue Bots Academy and we are finally taking a look at a brand new episode. Episode number 27, Space Case. This episode starts off with the senior rescue bots going off on a space mission, repairing a space station and performing a spacewalk. The recruits want to come along and help, but Heatwave says it's too dangerous for them. He says they can watch and learn on the monitor, but they find that too boring. Wedge suggests that they go play catch. That's Wedge that said that, not Hotshot. It's cool to see Wedge taking an interest in sports after his cube match with Hotshot in a previous episode. Whirl and Hoist remarked that they had plans to go online. Again, possibly a reference back to the episode Go Team Go, where Blades introduced them to the internet. Although Hoist needs a better username.
On the internet, no one knows you're an alien robot.
Your username might be a tip-off. Alien Robot 11?
There were already 10 others.
Now I want to know what Whirl's username is. Probably some kind of fictional pop culture reference. The recruits head off, but soon they're interrupted by a warning signaling the return of the rescue bot ship, without the senior rescue bots. Oh boy, what happened to them? Maybe Space Case really is in this episode and he stole the rescue bot ship and the recruits have to fight him and get it back. Here we go, the doors open and... nothing. Nobody's inside. It looks like the ship came back by itself on autopilot. Aw man, I should have known. This is Rescue Bots Academy, not Cyberverse. There's not going to be any fighting or physical confrontation whatsoever. Do Decepticons even exist in this show? Well, the recruits deliberate over it and eventually come to the conclusion that the senior rescue bots are in trouble and sent their ship back so the recruits can come and help them. The rescue bot recruits have to rescue the original rescue bots. That's a lot of rescues. Wedge and Hotshot jockey to see who sits in the captain's chair. But since Medics has the manual, he ends up sitting in the big chair.
Oh!
They get to where they need to go, but unfortunately something comes up on the monitor.
Does anybody know what these things are?
Oh no, has somebody locked on with missiles and fired them at the recruits? What are they gonna... Oh no, wait, they're just asteroids. Again, I should have known. Well, the recruits start manning different stations and working together to avoid the asteroids.
Everyone, sit down and hang on.
There are no small jobs, just small buttons.
Man, they really do need the fifth seat if the recruits ever get their own ship. Now I see what they were concerned about in the episode 5 and 4. By the way, earlier in the episode we see the original rescue bots at their stations on the monitor. And I feel like there's a few things I should point out after watching this scene. One is that all the stations in the monitor seem to be duplicates of the same one. Station 2, the one that Boulder is sitting at. Because they all have the same blue button. As we just saw, Station 1, where Blaze is sitting at, is supposed to have a red switch. And Station 3, where Chase is sitting at, is supposed to have a green button. His station is also mirrored. Probably to help them not look the same as the others. And it's hard to tell from the low resolution I'm watching, but I think the background behind Chase and Blades is the same too, but Chase is flipped again. It looks like the red stasis pod, which we'll learn is heat waves later in the episode, is on the left where it's supposed to be in Blade's shot, and on the right in Chase's shot. This is probably done to save on budget, and most people aren't going to notice it unless you're looking for it like I am. So I don't blame them for doing it. It just causes a small inconsistency. I also think you should be able to see the other rescue bots in each other's shots, since it seems that these stations are quite close together. Like you should be able to see either side of Boulder's shoulders in Chase and Blades' shots, and vice versa. But hey, I'm nitpicking. You only see them for a few seconds, and it doesn't matter in the end. What I really want to discuss is who's sitting where. Obviously we got Whirl and Blades at position 1, and they're both helicopter bots. So cute. Then we've got Hoist and Boulder at position 2. I think I would say that Hoist is kind of the recruit's version of Boulder. So again, fitting that they both share the same position. But then we get to Hotshot and Chase in position 3. Yeah, they're both cars, I guess. An ATV counts as a car, right? But do Chase and Hotshot have anything else in common? Now that I think about it, Chase has hardly been in this series. So it's hard for me to get a handle on his character at all. But I think maybe Medics would have been more of his equivalent. And then of course we come to Wedge and Heatwave in the command chair. Which makes sense. I mean, if Hotshot wasn't the de facto central kid appeal character archetype he is, I'd say Wedge was the leader of the rescue bot recruits. And I just remembered, if you watch the show intro, It already has each recruit paired with one of the original rescue bots. Whirl and Blades, Medics and Chase, Hoist and Boulder, Wedge and Heatwave, and Hotshot and Optimus Prime. So yeah, I think for the most part, they ended up having the kids sit in the same chairs as their grown-up counterparts. I didn't say it was some kind of mind-blowing revelation, just kind of a fun note. Anyways, the recruits find the senior rescue bots and...
Sigma, calling Heatwave. Heatwave, come in.
Are they okay?
Why aren't they answering?
Oh no, they're dead. What are they gonna do without their mentors? Oh no, they're still alive. They just had to get closer. Man, it must be the return of Cyberverse. I keep expecting Rescue Bots Academy to be a lot darker than it is. So it turns out that Heatwave did in fact send the Sigma to the Rescue Bots so they could come and save them.
I got it. No! What? I told you I had it.
Hotshot takes the line to the Rescue Bots and...
Yeah, but I've got built-in steering, see? My sonic blasters!
Yes, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so if you haven't watched my review of the Cyberverse Season 2 premiere, you'd know I mentioned how I'd been hoping to see Megatron use his arm cannon to propel himself the same way that Galvatron did in Transformers the movie. And here we have Hotshot using his arm blasters to move himself in space in exactly the same way. Granted, he's using it to propel himself towards Heatwave and rescue him, not using it to attack someone, but that's just the nature of Rescue Bots Academy. It's really cool to see the recruits thinking and using the tools at their disposal in unconventional ways. Seriously, can we get the cast of Cyberverse and Rescue Bots Academy to cross over? I bet the recruits could teach them a thing or two, like what a cheetah is. Also, it's good to see the original Rescue Bots using safety equipment like harnesses and lifelines. Otherwise, they'd just be floating out in space. By the way, again, not to nitpick, but it seems like they've reused Blades' line here from the episode Go Team Go.
Yay! Rescue Bot recruits! Yay! Rescue Bot recruits!
Possibly the save on money? But wouldn't the voice actor still get paid for this episode if they reused his line? Well, the senior rescue bots take a nap as they hand the recruits the keys for a bit and let them fly them home. This was a fun episode. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first time where all 4 of the main rescue bots have been in the same episode with the recruits. I really like the recruits learning to operate the ship. It made me wish they had their own ship and went off on more space missions. And it was great to see them thinking about what the best course of action was when they weren't sure what to do. And of course, them working as a team and playing off of each other's strengths instead of bickering and squabbling with each other is always great to see. Well, those are my thoughts on episode 27 of Rescue Bots Academy, Space Case. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you back here for episode 28, All at Sea. Ooh, an oceanic expedition? That's something we haven't seen the recruits take on yet. Maybe Hotshot will finally get to use his hovercraft mode again.